Hello. Gandhi famously said, "It is health which is real wealth and not just pieces of gold and silver." It occurred to me this week that very often it takes a major crisis in someone's life before they start to appreciate and value health and to start to take care and look after their health and their body. And I know that when I left the National Health Service almost 20 years ago now, in my leaving speech, I said that one day I hoped that the health service would truly be a health service rather than one that predominantly treated sickness and disease. Although we currently spend around £200 billion in the UK every year on health, it's only around 10 or 11% of that is spent on prevention, and that includes the screening programs and also the vaccination programs, which I probably wouldn't put into the category of prevention, although that is how it's seen within the NHS. So if we're looking purely at health education and prevention of things actually starting in the first place, we're probably looking at about 3 to 4% of that total budget, which is a very small amount of that total amount of money. So most of what we spend treating, we spend trying to patch things up, and not really most often getting to the root cause of the problem. So we're treating symptoms largely rather than getting to the root cause of what's causing that imbalance, that dis-ease, and that ill health in the body and in the mind. So in order to have good health, we need balance in the body and in the body system. And the way that most people live in the 21st century is not conducive to good health. We have trillions and trillions of cells in our body, and every minute about 1 million of those are dying. So just thinking about that, those dead cells need to be efficiently eliminated from our body system, and that's done largely through what's called the lymph system. But with a sluggish or sedentary lifestyle, with lack of movement and lack of particular kinds of movement that encourage the lymph to flow through the nodes and out through sweat and through urine, so basic excretory systems of the body, that cannot happen efficiently. And that's just one tiny example of how we don't, through lack of awareness or just don't because of our lifestyles, assist our bodies to eliminate those dead and faulty cells throughout the day, every day. So I was just considering this week and wrote a blog post for my Facebook page around the things that actually promote health, well-being, and also assist in that mindset of wellness. And for me, those are thinking well, first off, becoming more aware of the kind of thoughts that we think and how we think and what we're feeding ourselves with, because every time you have a thought, you're communicating with every single cell of your body. And that's what I mean when I say that, mind, body, spirit, emotional health, all of that is inextricably interlinked. So one affects the other, impacts the other every second, every moment, every hour of every day. And this is constantly going on. So thinking well, eating real food, and cooking with a joy and putting that love into the food is very important. Eating local foods, eating organic if possible, without the use of pesticides, because again, that's one more thing that the body then has to deal with. Resting, again, is something that we don't do enough of. We might think about sleep, but we don't think about rest. And again, a lot of the nation are sleep deprived, and sleep is particularly disturbed at the moment. Healthy relationships, the quality of the relationships that we have, and eliminating those which are toxic, or significantly reducing the amount of contact time that we have with people that we know are not good for us, and that relationship is stress inducing, inflammation inducing. It creates angst, agitation, and disturbs our sleep pattern. Drinking enough fluids. Often we will turn to food and eat when in fact what we need is a drink because we're dehydrated. Our bodies are largely made up of water, and so ensuring that we're drinking at least 2 litres of fluid, clear fluid, not coffee, caffeinated things throughout the day, is very important to our health and well-being. Being in nature, feeling that connection with nature, and regularly visiting places of natural beauty. Don't need to go far, just watching the sunrise, sunset, visiting some trees in your local neighbourhood, spending time outside in nature, observing the changing of the seasons. And moving your body. I mentioned earlier about our increasingly sedentary lifestyle and how important it is for our bodies to move. You only need to get up and go for a walk at the end of the day if you've been inside, working on the computer or doing other work at home, to know that sort of 20 minutes, half an hour of walking in the fresh air, a brisk walk, again in nature if possible. But even just to be outside in the fresh air, away from the stuffiness of our home, especially again at this time of year as we're starting to put heating on and don't have the windows open as much, the air can very quickly become stuffy and stagnant. So just a few thoughts from my reflections this week around health, the promotion of health, the maintenance of good health, and about assisting, enabling the body to come back into balance, to be in harmony. When there is that harmony and balance within the body system, good health will naturally follow. And if we can just begin to start to think about the possibilities of creating health rather than treating sickness, then our mindset and our belief system around health, wealth, and the inevitability of that degeneration will shift, will change over time. So thank you for being with me today. You can check out my Facebook page at Self Development Leicester, where I post most days. My website is Vicky with an I, marston.co.uk, and I always welcome any comments, any feedback, any subscriptions to the channel would be great. And until the next time, thank you so much for being with me here today, and I wish you good health. Thank you.